Hello students, today we are discussing the play Hayavadana written by Girish Karnad. Girish Karnad, he was greatest dramatist of India. He was a writer, playwright, scriptwriter, movie director, and he started his career by acting in a one-act play, Manishada. And later he has written some more plays such as Tuklak, Yayati, Hayavadana. Under his credit there are 6 plays. Hayavadana is an introspective work of Karnad. Man always searches for an alter identity, the most perfect and ideal one he can have. The play is a musing on man's quest for perfection, something that eludes the seeker as he approaches it. The thread of the play lies in an ancient anthology of stories in Sanskrit called Katha Sarit Sagara. Karnad has borrowed the plot from the German writer Thomas Mann's retelling of the Sanskrit story in The Transposed Heads. The thread of the play lies in an ancient anthology of stories in Sanskrit called Katha Sarit Sagara. Karnad has borrowed the plot from the German writer Thomas Mann's retelling of the Sanskrit story in The Transposed Heads. The plot of the play moves around the characters Kapila, Devadatta and Padmini. Kapila and Devadatta are bosom friends. Kapila is very strong and fit but lacks intellectual ability. On the other hand, Devadatta is very intellectual but lacks physical appeal. When Devadatta expresses his sincere love for Padmini, Kapila sets out to find her and finally help them to get married. Play Hayavadana starts with a prayer to God Ganesha, and Bhagavata, the narrator of the play, is given the verses for Ganesha. In the verses, the narrator says about incompleteness of God, and he says that man is not wise enough to comprehend what is complete and what is incomplete. He says that people should accept God no matter what its shape visualizes him. Bhagavata introduces the place and setting in which the play takes place. He introduces the setting as, or the place as, Dharmapura, which has been ruled by a king, Dharmashila. The 2 leading characters are also introduced in this section. Leading characters are 2 friends, Kapila and Devadatta. Something about the leading characters. Devadatta, the son of a Brahmin, Vidyasagara, is considered as intellectual and poetic. Kapila, son of an ironsmith, considered as a daring character with a strong physique and unbelievable physical strength. A scream is heard off the stage. Bhagavata pauses and carries on with a description of the 2 main characters, Kapila and Devadatta. He says that Devadatta and Kapila are inseparable friends and live like brothers, and they are even compared to Rama and Lakshmana, Leva and Kusha, Krishna and Balarama. And another scream comes from the same direction. And then the narrator wonders what is causing the disturbance. He sees an actor who is anxious and comes to the narrator. Words stutter from his mouth as he tries to explain something that he has visualized. After Bhagavata calms him down, the actor explains the strange thing he has seen. He explains that he saw a horse that spoke, when he was about to urinate on the road. The host, in his thick voice, told him not to commit such things in public. Bhagavata asked the actor to leave the matter and prepare for the play. However, the actor says that he is too nervous and he couldn't hold a sword and cannot act. Therefore, the narrator asks actor to go back and find the creature again, and it was an attempt to clear the confusion of the actor. As Bhagavata tries to move this play, the actor comes back shouting that it or he is coming. Bhagavata got confused and worried about the discretion of the audience. He asks the curtain to be lowered and decides to inspect the matter before allowing the audience to witness it. Bhagavata discovers a strange being with the head of a horse and body of a man. At first, he believes that the horse's head is a mask, but later he tried to pull it out from the head. He tried to remove it, but there is no use. After a few futile attempts, Bhagavata realizes that the horse's head is a real one. This creature or this being is a half man and a half horse. Bhagavata inquires about the plight of this man and asks whether it was because of a curse of a sage or because of a discretion of pilgrimage or due to insulting a righteous wife. The horse-headed man interferes and says that it's not due to any of this reason and feels sad for the accusation. Bhagavata tries to console him and asks his name. He introduces himself as Hayavadana. The narrator asks about the head and Hayavadana says that he is born with this head. Hayavadana was so silent when Bhagavata and the actor tries to pull his head off from the body, and they believe that it's a mask, but Hayavadana silently didn't respond for this because he knows that sometimes these two may help him to get liberated from this bondage of a man and a horse. Hayavadana is very disturbed about his birth and goes on to narrate the details of his parents. And the princess of Karnataka was a very lovely girl who was allowed to choose a husband of her own choice. Many came to see her from far regions of the world like Africa, Persia, China, and however, she did not like any of them. And one day, a prince of Arabia came to see her riding on his white stallion, and she faints the moment she looks at the scene. King and queen decide that he is the right man for the princess and make all the arrangements. The princess recovers her consciousness and announces that she is in love with the white stallion and she insisted on marrying him. And unable to dissuade her feelings, the wedding is done. She and the horse lived for 15 years, and the horse transformed into a celestial being. The celestial being means into a Gandharva, and this Gandharva was cursed by Kubera for misbehaving, and he regains his actual state after leading a life where he could get human love. Then, after transforming into his former self, he offers the princess to come to heaven and live with him. However, the princess refuses this offer, and this made Gandharva angry towards princess, and he curses her to become a horse. But Princess felt very happy for this. Gandharva leaves the palace and goes to the heaven, and Princess becomes a horse and roams freely here and there where she liked to. The child born to them become questionable. Hayavadana asks Bhagavata to suggest a solution. He names a number of temples to Hayavadana. Hayavadana says that he has already tried them all. Finally, he asks Hayavadana to visit the Kali temple of Chitrakoot. Hayavadana feels very happy and says that he'll start immediately. However, the narrator asks the actor to go with Hayavadana so that he won't lose the way. As the two exit the stage setting for the Kali temple, Bhagavata comes back to the story of two friends, Kapila and Devadatta. The explanation will continue next day. Thank you for watching this video.